There is a man who today is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Yet he died convinced he was worth nothing. No entrepreneur. No banker. No king. A painter. His name was Vincent van Gogh. Perhaps no one in history has shown more clearly how money can misjudge the value of a human being. If Vincent van Gogh could observe, silence would probably be his first reaction. Art weakens. Markets opened a day. Cryptocurrencies existing only as sequences of code. A world where money travels at the speed of light. Fascination would arise, of course. But a deeper question would also emerge. Have we truly learned to recognize value, or have we simply accelerated the way a price is assigned? An artwork can go viral in a matter of hours. An artist can be forgotten the next day. The market moves quickly, faster and faster. Speed never guarantees understanding. Van Gogh knew this well. Authentic value requires time. Growth comes through maturation. Recognition appears when someone is able to look beyond appearances. Technologies evolve. Currencies shift. Financial instruments transform. Yet the same risk remains. Confusing price with value. Mistaking popularity for quality. Believing that what costs the most is always what is worth the most. The world has already made this mistake once. History suggests another round is always possible. Real progress does not lie in faster money. Real progress lies in recognizing value before it is too late. Money changes form: paper, gold, numbers on a screen. Value keeps asking for the same thing. A gaze capable of recognizing it. Money seems to decide everything. How much a company is worth. How much a house is worth. How much a piece of art is worth. Far too often, even how much a person is worth. But can money truly recognize value? Or does recognition simply arrive years late? The story of Vincent van Gogh forces this question. Today his paintings rest in the most important museums in the world. Collectors spend immense sums to own one. His name stands as a symbol of genius. Yet when those same works were created, their economic value was almost zero. No master was seen. Only a poor man. An unknown artist. A man unable to turn talent into money. Here a great paradox appears. The value of a work can remain identical while its price changes completely. What changed? The paintings? Or the way the world decided to look at them? Money never creates value. Recognition arrives only when someone, before everyone else, has the courage to believe. The story revolves around the relationship between wealth and recognition, between price and value, between what the market sees and what remains invisible for years. To understand this paradox, a journey backward is needed. Far backward, to a time when Vincent van Gogh was not yet admired worldwide. A man simply trying to understand whether his talent truly held value. Before the world called him a genius, Vincent van Gogh searched for a place. Painting was not his first identity. Many paths were attempted. Art dealer, teacher, preacher. Each attempt carried hope. Each attempt eventually broke. Life felt like a sequence of failures. Yet those failures taught a lesson that changed his vision forever. Value does not always coincide with what is paid. When painting finally became his path, wealth was not the goal. No galleries imagined. No collectors. No million-dollar auctions. His intention was simple: portray ordinary lives. Farmers. Workers. Fields of wheat. Shoes worn down by labor. Subjects considered uninteresting by the market. While other artists chased elegance and easy sales, Van Gogh chose authenticity. A choice both artistic and economic. Every painting pushed him further away from the possibility of living off his work. The market rewarded familiarity. Van Gogh offered something unseen. The new almost always frightens. Innovations are celebrated today. At the beginning they are often ignored. Great invention. Van Gogh's life proves this. Talent was never the problem. Timing was. Arrival came too early. And early arrival rarely receives value. Price describes the present. Price cannot describe the future. Van Gogh's life became one of the strongest proofs of this truth. A question rarely asked. What does money truly buy? A house? A car? A more comfortable life? For Vincent van Gogh, money bought only one thing. The time to keep painting. That time came from one person, his brother Theo. Theo worked in the art market. Every month he sent the amount needed for survival. Not a fortune. Just enough for a room, a few canvases, a few tubes of paint, and something to eat. Every coin carried meaning. Not luxury. Another day dedicated to painting. Another chance to pursue a dream the world kept ignoring. Vincent felt this deeply. His letters reveal a familiar fear. Being a burden. The desire to finally live off his work. That moment never arrived. Every completed painting brought hope. Every unsold painting brought disappointment. Support can sustain talent. Support can keep an idea alive. Support cannot force recognition. Without Theo, painting would have ended much earlier. Some of the most celebrated masterpieces in art history might never have existed. This leads to a surprising question. How many extraordinary works never came to life, not because talent was missing, but because time was missing? How many ideas disappeared in silence simply because support ended before the world was ready to understand them? The market is often believed to be right. Millions suggest greatness. Silence suggests lack of value. Van Gogh's story tells the opposite. During his life, no genius was seen. A bad investment appeared instead. Colors too intense. Brushstrokes too violent. A vision too distant from collectors' desires. Taste dictated decisions. Van Gogh stood outside his time. The market is not infallible. Human choices shape reactions. Familiarity guides decisions. Consensus shifts, and prices move with it. Value may have remained identical from the beginning. Price tells what the world is willing to pay today. Value tells what something truly represents. Between these two ideas, an immense distance can exist. Van Gogh lived inside that distance. A distance so large that decades were needed to close it. In July 1890, Vincent van Gogh died at 37. Hundreds of paintings remained. Thousands of sketches. Dozens of letters. No wealth. To the world he was still an unknown artist. A man who devoted his life to painting without receiving almost anything in return. After his death, everything changed. Critics reinterpreted his works. Museums began to exhibit them. Collectors sought them with growing interest. The same market that ignored him for years suddenly changed its judgment. Prices rose to thousands. Then millions. Then tens of millions. Today some of his works stand among the most valuable in the world. What truly changed? The paintings remained the same. The colors remained the same. The talent remained the same. Only the world's gaze changed. Value existed from the beginning. Recognition simply arrived too late. A different era surrounds us now. An artwork can be sold in seconds. An artist can reach millions online. Cryptocurrencies, digital markets, NFTs, forms of investment Van Gogh could never have imagined. Yet the same question remains. Has the market become better at recognizing value, or does recognition still arrive late? Tools evolve. Technologies advance. Money circulates in new ways. Human nature remains unchanged. Prices are assigned with ease. True value is much harder to recognize. Perhaps the greatest paradox of money does not concern Vincent van Gogh. It concerns everyone. Every day a price is assigned to things. To a piece of art. To an idea. To a company. Even to people. As if money could measure what truly holds value. Van Gogh's story tells something different. Throughout his life the market told him he was worth little. After his death the market told him he was worth millions. Yet Vincent remained the same man. The same hands. The same colors. The same talent. Only the world's gaze changed. Money never creates value. Discovery simply arrives late. This is the lesson Van Gogh still leaves today. Never allow the market to decide how much you are worth. Price changes. Trends shift. Technologies evolve. Authentic value does not begin when someone is willing to pay for it. Authentic value exists long before. In silence. Waiting for someone with the eyes to recognize it. A painting can become a fortune. Money will never become genius. Before leaving, the narrator asks from which country the viewer is watching. An invitation to share a comment and to subscribe if these reflections on money, value, and great figures of history resonate.